Serge and Nicole Rayleigh began their 5-year run around the world in Europe, departing from their hometown of Sion, Switzerland, traveling through France on foot to its southern coast. After 21 days on the road, spanning 371 miles in Europe, they boarded a boat for Morocco on the African continent. They arrived in Morocco for a long, hot journey through 14 countries. After 19 months, covering 7,125 miles of scorching African terrain, they crossed into the Sinai Desert and the Middle East. Arriving in Jordan after more than a year and a half since first leaving home. After covering 502 miles in 49 days, they left the Middle East for Bombay on the Asian continent. Arriving in India at the end of their first 2 years on the road. From Bombay, they traveled to the Taj Mahal in the city of Agra before making their way to Nepal. After 2,298 miles running across India, they continued their journey through 5 exotic Asian countries: Bangladesh, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and Laos. After 150 days covering 2,662 miles through Southeast Asia, they boarded a flight to Australia. Australia brings welcomed relief from the suffocating heat and humidity of Asia. Serge and Nicole spent an entire year in Australia, including Tasmania and New Zealand, covering 6,165 miles before heading to South America. Arriving in Chile at the start of their 4th year on the run, they traveled through Argentina, stopping to marvel at the spectacular landscape of Iguazu Falls. After Iguazu Falls, they crossed the border into Brazil and made a stop in Rio de Janeiro. Then on to Costa Rica to visit Dr. Zamber and the Vision Quest team, who are providing free eye care to its citizens, a key reason for their journey. After traversing 2,351 miles in 6 months through South America, they were excited and relieved to arrive in the United States. Arriving in Miami and traveling up the East Coast, through hurricanes in Florida, through the capital and the Big Apple, they headed to Canada, where they met some icy weather. After covering 1,982 miles in 5.5 months in North America, they departed Montreal for Portugal in the final leg of their journey in Europe. Arriving in Lisbon almost 5 years after their departure date, they knew the end was near. Running through Spain and on to France, they were met by a welcoming committee in Paris before entering the final country on their trip, Switzerland. After 5 years and 25,000 miles, they reached the finish line a day shy of Serge's 50th birthday. Nicole and Serge Rayleigh had done the impossible, ran through 35 countries on 6 continents for the adventure of a lifetime to raise awareness for children in need.